Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. The whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. Let us do meditation. Let us purify the surroundings. The atmosphere around us is being purified by the divine power. The atmosphere around us is being purified by the divine power. The atmosphere around us is being purified by the divine power. The divine energy descends upon us. We are being purified and blessed. The divine energy descends upon us. We are being purified and blessed. The divine energy descends upon us. We are being purified and blessed. Divine protection. The divine power always protect us, guide us, lead us day and night in all our activities, in all places, at all times. Salutation to Mother. Salutation to Father. Salutation to Guru Vedatri Maharishi, and his presence is being with us and guiding us throughout this session and meditation. The people who are initiated by sky, please focus on your Agna Chakra. Who is not initiated, please focus on your natural flow of breath, just witnessing without judgment. Let's meditate on Agna Chakra. Let's conclude the meditation. Spread the energy throughout the body. The energy spread all over the body, and the body and soul are purified and blessed. With this state of peace and calmness, let us do our art suggestion. By the grace of divine, we all enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of divine, we all enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of divine, we all enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. Let us do blessings. Bless your life partner. Bless your children one by one. Bless your brothers and sisters. Bless your close relatives and friends. Bless your seniors, colleagues, subordinate, and others connected with your day-to-day activities. Bless enemies or miscreants, if any, so that they may also change and lead a good life. Let us bless Vedatriyam principle given by our Guru, Vedatri Maharishi. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed by the divine. Let us bless World Community Service Center. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed by the divine. Let us bless Temple of Consciousness at Alia. Be blessed by the divine. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Let us bless all the participants of today's meditation and their family members. Enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, happiness, and peace. Let us vote for twofold moral principle. I, in my lifetime, will not cause any harm to anybody, either physically or mentally. I will render all possible help to those who are suffering. I, in my lifetime, will not cause any harm to anyone, either physically or mentally. I will render all possible help to those who are suffering. I, in my lifetime, will not cause any harm to anyone, either physically or mentally. I will render all possible help to those who are suffering. The whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. The whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. Whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. Peace within us, peace around us, peace all over the world, peace, peace, peace. Let us conclude, open our eyes, and let's conclude the meditation. Thank you. வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you so much, Arunidhi Sridevi Amma. Be blessed by the divine. Arunidhi Sridevi Amma and her family. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you, Ma. Kindly request our senior professor, Arunidhi Dr. Ravindran Aiyya, to deliver a speech on the topic how to keep our body and mind healthy during this pandemic. Welcome, Aiyya. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். குரு வாழ்க, குருவே துணை. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Let the whole world enjoy health, happiness, prosperity, peace and wisdom. My humble pranam to my spiritual master, Sri Vedadri Maharishi, and my salutation to my acupressure guru, Dr. Sri Devendra Vara. My pranam to all the divine souls who are participating in this today's talk, how to keep our mind and body healthy during this pandemic. Again, my pranam to all the divine souls. My dear friends, this pandemic has created so much of ripples all over the world, physically, mentally, healthily, and financially. But in spite of all these things, it has made human being grounded in such a manner, and this is the right time to go inward. There are many positives happened during the pandemic also, that also we need to consider. So anyhow, during this pandemic, how to keep our mind and body healthy is a very, very simple and important topic, so that we can recover from the fear, anxiety, and many other problems we are facing in life. In this context, today's talk will be for 1 hour. After that, it is open for question and answers. So, my dear friends, let us start. I ask Padma to open the PowerPoint. The first slide. This is the first slide, Padma. Can everybody hear?
I've shared my screen. Is it visible?
Her screen is visible. I want to go to the first slide. What is COVID?
Okay.
Orderly, you have to do it, Padma.
This is the first slide, uncle. I'll just go to the next one.
This is the first slide. Eh? Okay. 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 Be blessed by the divine. Normally, we have not heard about COVID before 2019, but researchers were doing all these things. Even though it's a man-made disaster, they are all telling it started from China. Maybe or may not be, we don't know exactly, but still it has created a greatest ripple in the annal of history. This kind of virus in our generation we have not come across. So let us understand what is this? Why there is it is really pandemic only, but still we can overcome this. So let us see. There are two types of diseases. One is the infectious diseases, which virus or fungus comes from outside. That what called virus, fungus, and bacteria act as a agent for infection, and that is called communicable diseases. The other one is called non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable disease are happens mostly caused by the factor like improper lifestyle, eating habits, and less immunity, no agent for infections. These are all simple things which we have to understand. So now we'll go to the slide. What is this COVID? Coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus, mainly transmitted through droplets from an infected person who coughs, sneezes, or exhale, or by touching a contaminated surface. So now, during the coronavirus, we were made to wear the mask uh, and keep the social distance, and all these things happen all over India also. Right from the 2019 March, we have been observing all these things and we were able to contain this. Now, next slide. First, we need to come out of the panic mode. Since we do not know, it is unknown, it's an unknown infection, that's why the panic is more. For that, simple things we can adapt at home to diagnose. Before going to an hospital or to a medical diagnostic center, I want all of you to, I think many of already following this, that means thermometer to measure the temperature. As long as the temperature is normal, you did not panic. If there is an infection in the lung, so first we need to understand coronavirus is an infection of the lung. Infection of the lung means normally when you get cold also, there can be infection. So this infection aggravates and your temperature goes high. When your temperature goes high, even for an oral infection, people get into that idea, I may have corona. That is a problem. So that's why I want all the participants to adopt this. Whenever the temperature goes high, don't get upset first of all. Don't think it is coronavirus. First of all, that is the fundamental thing everyone has to adopt. Once you measure your temperature, if the temperature is high, don't get panic. Any infection anywhere in the body is showing a sign of this one, temperature, that is to how to bring down the temperature. So for that, you use your thermometer to measure the temperature. Then I request all of you to have an oximeter. Naturally, everybody is having, I think. When there is an infection of the lung, when there is any kind of infection in the lung, your oxygen level will fall down. That is the fundamental. So if you have an oximeter at home, definitely when you measure the oxygen level, if it is 97, 98, for some it will be 99 and 100 also. Even people who got infected with the virus, their oxygen level will drop little by little, little by little, because as the infection builds, the phlegm, it is called kappa. Once the kappa gets built up in the lung, your breathing becomes slow. So there, oximeter works like a wonderful things. You can know as your oxygen level drops below 90 also, don't get panic. I have seen here people come with a drop of oxygen up to 70, 80. And we just guided them what to do. So the third one is swab test. Swab test is, it is very strange that in the olden days, our ancient science used to talk about the swab test. That means when you eat the food itself, we need to grind the food. It has to be mixed with the saliva. In our Eastern science, we are given too much importance to the saliva. What does the saliva does it? When you grind your food along with your saliva, when it goes into the body, the digestion takes place easily. And the saliva is a very important aspect which modern science did not consider at that time. So now the swab test is come. Even if there is positive in the swab test, people get upset. Oh, I got corona. That is a problem. So here we need to very careful when even if the swab test is positive, if you don't have any symptoms, it means the virus has come, your body is fighting out because of your immune system. So swab test is the first test in medical science they do, it's good only. But the main test to confirm that you have infected with virus is the PCR test. What is this PCR test? Polymer chain reaction. They found out that it's a polymer chain reaction test. When you have a PCR test confirmed, still you need not get panic because the virus has come inside. It is getting mutation is happening inside, and your immune system will fight against it. As long as the immune system is in good condition with you, no kind of virus can, even if it's penetrate. So PCR test will confirm. And now there is another rapid antigen test to prove that one. But during this time, what happens? The mind only plays a major role. Panic, fear, worries. These are the main factor we need to address. That's what Maharishi has taught to us. So, my dear friends, as long as you have too much of fear in the mind, how the immunity loses, even though if you have a good immunity also, physically, mentally, the fear factors and the worry factor take you down. Because how does the virus multiple, that factor they are not able to find out. So here I want to talk very plainly, the mind plays a major role. So this topic you have chosen today plays a major role because how to keep the mind and body healthy. That is the simple system we need to understand. We are fighting with the virus. Don't fight with the virus. Enhance your immunity. That is what we have to do. Enhance your immunity means our defense mechanism. We are allowing all our virus to come inside and take over because of the fear factor. So what is this immunity? That we have to, immunity is the ability to fight any foreign body and or any microorganism. So if our body immune system, naturally the immune system, the consciousness or the God is given a very wonderful immune system. There are millions of bacteria from outside, daily it is coming out. And as it enters into the body, if you have a right immunity or if you have the right mind, that gets immune to the body. Absolutely, all these bacteria, there are good bacteria, there are bad bacteria, there are good virus, there are bad virus. And the body itself has got the power to fight. So the first line of defense is our skin. The second line of defense is your cells. So when the treatment has to be given to all the cells, then body gets good immunity. This is the science we need to learn. The third line of defense is your lymphatic system, that I am going to explain how it is. So we need to understand what is this lymphatic system or the immune system. The lymphatic system is a network of small vessels that creates clear watery fluid called lymph. It drains excessive fluid and from the tissues all around the body and returns them back in the bloodstream. So the key factor includes protect your body against foreign invaders or maintain fluid level in your body, transport and removes waste product and absorbs cells from the lymph system. So what is this? Transports and removes waste product and abnormal cells from the lymph system is most important. We need to understand whatever food we take, it has got toxins also, it has got nectar also. When the nectar is being absorbed by the blood, spleen, the toxins has to be removed it. As long as your system is operating in this one, all toxins will be removed daily. How these toxins are removed? One toxin is removed through your urination. Second, toxins are removed through your stools. Third, toxins are removed from your saliva. Toxins are removed from sweat from the body. Toxins are removed from the gas which goes out from the body. So these are the ways. When these toxins does not throw out, wherever it is stagnant, that part becomes more this one. So during corona, what happens? It is a virus infection of the lung. Virus infection of the lung means this infection, body fights. You can take some remedies, there is no absolutely this one. But as long as the toxins are removed, when the toxins are stagnant in a particular place, when it gets stuck in the lung, we are not able to breathe. As you are not able to breathe, and phlegm which is formed there is an obstruction. For that only we call it as kaba. Kaba means to kind of a hardened fluid only. The fluid only becomes hardened. So this transport and removes the waste product and abnormal cells. The lymph gland is there in our body which fights for our lymphatic system, or what we call it as our immune system. So the digestive system also plays a major role. Whatever food you eat, the digestion has to happen and the excretion has to happen. So I want all the participants to understand these two things normally, not only during coronavirus, in a normal state, two things has to happen properly. Whatever food you take should get digested, and whatever waste or stools has to be drained out from your body daily. That is through your excretory system or through urinary system. All these things has to happen daily, naturally. So why it does not happen? Let us see. Go to the next. Spleen. This is a very important thing. I request all of you to understand. Can you remove the Padma? It is not visible. This spleen, Sankaris, this one is protecting. Can you remove this slide? It's
Uncle,
not fully.
on your video, you have to click on the single video panel.
Where I have to click?
Okay.
Where I have to click? This one.
You have to move the video slightly up, Uncle. Your video screen, you can move it slightly up.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'll change the slide slightly, Uncle. 1 minute.
Okay, if it's not happening, no problem. The spleen works as a part of lymphatic system and cleaning worn out of red blood cells and other foreign bodies. So, spleen is a very simple organ, and it is the main thing, it purifies the blood. So the blood, anything happens, infection happen in the blood, it infects the organ. So how to activate the spleen daily? Swamiji has given all the breathing exercises. Through breathing, you can activate your spleen. See, the fundamental everybody has to understand is how to keep your blood purified regularly. That is the fundamental that many people don't understand. The quality of the blood, quantity of the blood is most important. The quality and the quantity of the blood is maintained by the spleen. Not only that, if any one thing is missing in the blood, suppose calcium is missing or protein is missing, it also creates the problem. For that, as long as you keep your blood purified daily through some simple pranayama, heart by purification of spleen or blood through taking some normal herbs. That's why in Yantra what we do, we give this Q mix. What is this Q mix? Q mix is nothing but neem, bilwan, tulsi. That's why it was given in the temple. When you go to Shiva temple, Bilpatra was given. When you go to Ramar temple, they used to give the Tulasi. And when you go to Durga temple, Neem was given. The purpose of giving this in our Indian tradition is to heat it. But we did not know the science behind it. So once you mix all these three Neem, this one, take it in a powder form or mix with water, your spleen get purified. The quantity and the quality of the blood can be maintained by like this. And doing pranayama also, that one I am going to come later on. So what kind of pranayama Swamiji is given for the lung? So here, spleen plays a major role to fight against all diseases. When the spleen get infected or when blood get infection, the organ gets infected. So the fundamental we are not addressing. So spleen plays a major role for health. Why is West affected in this pandemic more than the East? This is the question we need to ask. Today, in spite of having such a huge scientific development in USA, nearly 4,000 people are dying in the second pandemic attack. In India, in spite of having 100 crores and above people, the death rate is very less. That is one because of our immune systems are more stronger and the tropical climatic condition is totally different from US. So here, the West is being affected more because modern science has to understand a simple logic. There are two types of people. One type of people is fighting with the symptom. Modern science is only fighting with the system. That means, noi nadi, noi mudal nadi. Noi nadi, noi mudal nadi means we have to go to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is grounded, but we are treating at the periphery level. So, I am not against modern science. I am against misuse of modern science. Please try to understand. We are just fighting at the peripheral level without understanding the root of the problem. So, these two things you have to remember. There are two types of people fighting their symptoms because of non-understanding or because of the ignorance or because of the business involved. Only these three factors are there. I want all of you to understand. One is because of ignorance. So the other thing which is missing in the modern science is right food intake. Science is not creating, it is the habit which people have developed because of the food what we eat. The food intake also causes lot of problem. How does it cause a lot of problem? The kind of what we take, the stored food, the frozen food, the maida products, and all kind of food which is created in this, mostly in Western science, it has been transported to India also. Now we are eating this kind of food without understanding the inner concept of it. So right food intake is more important. whether you take a homely food or you take a food from outside. Second is handling fear, stress, and worries. Worries, fear is the major cause. Fear is the major cause. When you have fear, fear of unknown. What is the fear of unknown? Birth is unknown, death is unknown, God is unknown, mind is unknown. This is the missing link in the modern science. So, how is this fear affects this coronavirus? That is the major question we need to ask ourselves. Here I want to show a small example. During the Second World War, what Hitler has adopted, he has done a research. A death sentence was given to two people. What kind of death sentence was given? He is told two people have to die by draining the blood from their body. So, in a lab, two people were put on the table, hands and legs tied down, and in front of them, he has introduced a, what you call an injection, so that the blood from their body is getting drained out and falling into the bottle in front of them only. Those times, though, other technology was not there, video, audio, all those things was not there. But still, what he was observing was how the blood get drained out from the body and falling into a bottle in front of both the patient. But what he has done, for one patient, the blood is falling into the bottle. In the other patient, the blood is not falling. He has put a cap there, and from backside, artificial blood was real blood was falling into the bottle. So the patient was made to believe the whole blood is getting drained out from the body, and he is observing his own death. In one case, real blood was falling into the bottle. In other case, it was an artificial blood falling into the bottle. Not even a single drop of blood was drained from the other patient. So, he want to just make a research how the fear works on the human body. So, as the complete blood from the patient number one completely fall into the bottle, that fellow dies. The other fellow, not even one drop of blood was drained out from the body, but he was made to believe the whole blood is falling into the body, not even one drop of the second patient blood was falling into that bottle. After a few hours of the death of the first patient, the second patient dies of heart attack. This is not a story, this is the real thing. So he just experimented how fear can be imposed. So the same fear is we are having. When you have an infection of the lung, it is called pneumonia. Normally, then there is a infection in the lung, we call it as pneumonia. Pneumonia can be prevented, or when it comes taking antibiotic or steroids, we do it. That is what modern science is doing. But this can be prevented in so many ways. We do it here. For a normal pneumonia, we don't give any antibiotic, we don't give any steroids. In a natural way, it can be done. That's what we do. So here, this fear creates too much problem, because how does the fear acts on our immune system is the question. The stress and worries are the major problem throughout the universe. Now the science has accepted 90% of the disease are psychosomatic. Please try to underline this word. 90% of this disease are psychosomatic disease. Psychosomatic means I got some virus, I got some infection. Instead of fighting the virus and naturally, when there is an intervention of the medicine, you can go to a doctor, you can go to an hospital. But the panic they create, or the panic you create within you, aggravates the problem and it shuts your immune system. That is the problem we are facing. Now let us go to the next slide. No. No, go to the next. Next. Any more slide you have put? Okay, no. Go back. Go back. Go back. Now, we need to find out how our immune system gets blocked up. What is happening? Now scientists are in a position to examine when your cells are in hormone, it can be photographed. What is that? It is called biophoton. When you are able to see how when you are in harmony, when you are happy, we are able to photograph the harmony between your cells, that is called biophotons. Biophotons makes to understand the harmony in the cells. Cells have to be in hormone. As long as you have happiness, as long as you're healthy, as long as your immune system is working, your cells are in hormone. That we are able to photograph through the biophoton. As long as you have fear, your immune system sheds, and the white and red corpuscles, RBC and WBC levels completely thrown out of gear when you have fear. So this problem only, knowingly, unknowingly, the pharma companies are also doing. So here we need to know how to keep your mind calm. The biophotonic, what we have examined, biophotonic examines how we humans use color and light in our bodies for cellular communication and for restoring, maintaining optimal health. Suppose if there is an infection in the lung, don't get panic. You just take a 60 watts light, blue light. When you take a 60 watts blue light from 6 inches distance, if you show it on the lung for 10 minutes on the right lung and 10 minutes on the left lung, because of the heat created by the blue light, all your phlegm get melted and falls apart. So you get instant relief. And taking warm water. When you take warm water, body needs a temperature. Why in east and west it is happening more in the west means there the temperature is low, cold. During cold, kappa, more kappa is created. In USA, I have seen people, they are eating and they are taking Coca-Cola, cold Coca-Cola with ice. Then what happened to your digestive system? Once you take this cold water with ice, your whole digestive system affects, the hydrochloric acid produced in the stomach get diluted, and it does not have a process to digest your food and excretes the problem. So these two major things happening in the west because of the cold condition and tropical condition in India, more coronavirus is affected only in the west, not in the east. Second major things we need to understand is the mind. Let us understand what is his mind. Go to the other, this one, Padma. Next slide. Let us see how does the sky enhances the immunity. Our simplified Kundali Yoga, what Swamiji has given, is to enhance your immunity. Keep your biomagnetism in order. That is the major player which is required, which is not there in the modern science. So let us take this Kayakalpa Yoga. What does Kayakalpa Yoga does it? Everybody knows about it, but how many people follow it? As long as anybody is practicing Kayakalpa Yoga regularly, this is my experience, what I have given to my people in Yantra. We have seen very rarely a sky member is got affected with COVID. Once they get affected also, within 4 days or 5 days, their report given become negative. So, what does Kayakalpa Yoga does it? It enhances your immunity power because you are enhancing post-bonding death, arresting aging process, and because you take the breath, all your endocrine glands activated, the pineal and the pituitary gland also get activated. That is the fundamental one. So, as everybody knows about the wealth of Kayakalpa, we need to practice so that our immune system get activated, because Kayakalpa is such a wonderful one. Nowhere in the world except our WCC, we teach this, what Swamiji has given, what he has experienced for 40 years. Now, all over the world, people who does Kayakalpa are not being affected by this virus. Even if they're affected, you can see the viruses, your body becomes immune to the virus, and the panic button, as long as you don't press, that is play with the mind, which I am going to speak more. Then the physical exercise. What all exercise Swamiji is given, these three exercise plays a major role. One is the neuromuscular exercise, breathing for the lung. And the kind of neuromuscular exercise Swamiji has given, when you are doing the neuromuscular exercise, you are pressing the right lung. So this is the right way to do. The left hand you are keeping on the navel and you have to press the right lung. If the infection is there, you will not be able to do this exercise. That's why I am telling you have to use the blue light to remove the phlegm first. Once you are able to do that, you will be able to do the neuromuscular exercise like this. Once you press your right lung, the left lung expands. More oxygen goes inside. As long as this oxygen goes inside and this left lung is expanded, 5 times you do by pressing the left lung and expanding the right lung. Then you are doing pressing both the lungs, your back lung expands. When you keep your hands like this, both the upper lung and the lower lung, the whole body gets lifted, you get more oxygenation, toxins, the kapha becoming draining out from the lung. So the neuromuscular exercise plays a major role during the corona. So I request all of the Sky members or who are not in the Sky also can learn this neuromuscular exercise, start doing this exercise. Second is Kapalapati. Kapalapati, what I recommend is only breathing out should be there and the stomach should go inside. Whatever unwanted air and heavier oxygen is inside is thrown out through your mouth, through the nostril, through the mouth, and so the Kapalapati plays a major role. And the Nadi Suddhi Pranayama, when we start the meditation, Swamiji gives a Nadi Suddhi Pranayama. That is, you can call it as Anuloma, Viloma or Nadi Suddhi. As you close your left nostril, take the breath and leave the breath on the left, taking the breath from the right nostril and leaving it in the left, and taking from the left and breathing through this one. More oxygen is going to the brain. Normally, as you breathe, 50 cubic centimeter of oxygen goes to the brain. But when you do a forceful breathing like Nadi Suddhi Pranayama, 500 cubic centimeter oxygen goes to the brain. More oxygenation, more detoxification. So the fundamental we need to understand is every moment we need to drain out our waste from the body. Drain out all the waste from the body means that toxins in the body has to be thrown out. So when you do the Nadi Suddhi Pranayama, brain get more oxygen, lung get more oxygen, and all these toxins are thrown out. So Nadi Suddhi Pranayama plays a major role. Then when it comes to 14-point acupressure which Swamiji has given, my dear friends, I'll tell you, there is nothing more to it. People are knowing about it, but practicing is very less. The 14-point acupressure which Swamiji has given is absolutely phenomenal. You cannot even imagine the kind of impact it is going to create in your body through your nadi. There are 72,000 nadis. It is through Varmakale only Swamiji has introduced this 14 points acupressure. Any obstruction of biomagnetism plays a major role. So I request all the Sky members and Sky professors to understand the concept of biomagnetism. These biomagnetism only plays major role when you have the panic, when you press our panic button. When you have fear, your biomagnetism is wasted. When you have worries, your biomagnetism is wasted. Normally, 100% of biomagnetism is required for your human survival means 75% is required for the metabolism activities for the body. Only 25% of your biomagnetism is required for the brain to function. During panic, during this epidemic, during the fear mongering, by the medias, by the pharmas, unnecessary fake news, we are all having the fear and worries. Once you are having this fear and worries, 75% of our biomagnetism is wasted through the fear and worries only. Please try to understand. The body metabolism requires 75% of the biomagnetic energy, where the life force get converted into biomagnetism. So until unless we make a proper understanding of biomagnetic energy, which is not there in the modern science, I insist this, until unless every human being understand the concept of biomagnetism, life energy. We speak about life, but we don't understand what is life. We don't even celebrating life. So this biomagnetic energy, what fundamental Swamiji has given, is a phenomenal one which our modern science has to come forward and understand. For that, Swamiji has given a beautiful poem in Tamil. We need to translate, I think they have translated. எந்த ஒன்றை உணர்ந்திடில் எல்லாவற்றும் உணர்த்துமா அதுவே காந்தமாம். That means, including if you want to understand the God within you, the conscious within you, the fundamental flaw happening here, and the basic what Swamiji has given us to be understood is biomagnetic energy. Life energy only get converted into biomagnetism. This biomagnetism is nothing but body current. The body current cannot be measured with the modern equipment. We can measure your biomagnetic, this one which emits from the brain by using EEG machine, 14 cycles to 40 cycles in beta wave, or below 14 cycles we can measure in alpha wave and theta wave, which exhibits through the EEG machine, electroencephalogram. But can you measure the human resonance? The human resonance only I call it as the biomagnetic energy, which is there in each cells. The whole body is filled with the biomagnetism. This biomagnetism is nothing but body current. I am insisting more of this. What Swamiji has given is the ultimate. There is nothing more we need to understand. Once anybody understand the concept of biomagnetism, this is the ultimate during this pandemic. So how to enhance that is the problem. So fear and worries are the two major problems which the media propagates, which the pharma company propagates. Non-understanding of this one only leads to more of fear, more of death, more of heart attack, and people who are already having preconditions. Suppose if I am taking 14, 15 tablets for any other condition, my body is affected. In the olden days, we don't have the statistics of how many deaths happening throughout the world. Now India is telling, oh, so many deaths are happening after the COVID. But do you have a survey before this COVID in India? No. But in USA, we used to say that 2.5 million people are killed in 1 year because of wrong prescription, unwanted death, death by medication by Gary Null. So we need to understand the statistics, what they created, creates more panic once you come to know that there is an epidemic. So once that epidemic has enhanced because of the fear factor, because of worry factor, because of not knowing about the biomagnetic energy, how it plays in the human body. So my dear friends, until unless we need to know, understand how to bring down the mind. So that's what Swamiji's sky system plays a major role. For, for that, meditation is given to us. All the members who know meditation can meditate. And people who do not know meditation also go into silence and do some kind of introspection why this pandemic has affected me, how the immune system has been destroyed, what kind of food I am taking. All these things has to be gone in. We are only fighting at the outer periphery with the disease. So, my dear friends, this meditation, what Swamiji has given, is unparalleled in the history because meditation is nothing but art of silencing the mind. What is this art of silencing the mind? As long as the mind is there, its mind is nothing but psychic extension of life energy. Our mind is nothing but the conversion and consumption of subtle energy. Our mind is nothing but the imprints of the past or imprints of the soul, we can call. But these are nothing but memories. This mind is nothing but the memory. There are different types of memory. There is one kind of memory called evolutionary memory. What is this evolutionary memory? Evolutionary memory is nothing but the imprints we bring it from our parents. What in science they call it as DNA and RNA. But do you know that the modern science is able to prove that 98% of your DNA can be modified now? Not 1 2%. If your father or mother is having some kind of disease, it is not necessary that you will be able to get the attack of the same diseases. That is what. But we were made to believe if your father has got diabetic, you will get diabetic. The thought itself creates the problem. So you may carry the imprints, but it is not necessary that you will get the disease. For that, you need to do the reprogramming. How it has to be done is the major talk I am going to talk today. So one is the evolutionary memory. Second is elementary memory. What is this elementary memory? Elementary memory is from the age of up to the age of 3, whatever the child does it, from the age of 3 to 7, whatever kind of imprints the child gets from the father, from the mother, from the society, from the schools, kind of education, what we give, all these are called elementary memory. So the mind is nothing but memories. Third ones are sensory memory. We have 5 senses. All the senses have got an input. So this input of memories also get imprinted. We call it as sensory memories. That is touch, taste, smell, seeing and hearing. Then we have karmic memory. The karma, whatever we did, it gets imprinted. That is called memories of the karmic memory. Then unconscious memory. Most of the thing we do it unconsciously. That is the problem. Conscious memory is there, but unconsciously not knowing the results, we do lot of good thing also and bad thing also. That get imprinted, that is called unconscious memory. Then we have conscious memory. Conscious memory is nothing but doing things with awareness. Anything you do with awareness is called conscious memory. Then we have habitual memories. Because of the good habit or because of the bad habit, we do a lot of habitual memories. That is called habitual memory. Then we have emotional memory. Emotional memory means emotion. When you interact with your children, when you interact with your husband, or when you interact with the society, the kind of imprints goes inside and get imprinted. That is, we call it as emotional memory. Then we have superconscious memory. That superconscious memory does not change at all. That is happens only when there is no mind there. What Swamiji has given, just examine. He has given Agne Dhyana, bring it down into the Santi Dhyana, then activate the Duryam. Duryam is the gateway to divinity. Once you do the Durya Dhyana, the 7th gland gets opened up like a lotus flower. That is, millions of cells are there. So once that get open, that open gate only can connect to the divine. Which is the divine? The divine is the ultimate space. For that, Swamiji has given how to expand the mind, go to the Duryadi Dhyana. So I think Sky members are the most fortunate in the world because they have spoken about all these things as a philosophy. But Swamiji has not given anything as a philosophy. It's a practical methodology how you can enhance, spread your mind up to the level of the universe and go to a state of no mind. Even if you don't go to no mind, at least at Agna and Duryam, when you are able to meditate, the frequency of the mind comes down and you are in a state of awareness. So meditation plays a major role. Many people tell, when I sit in meditation, I am not able to meditate. Why? Because of the kind of imprint which you inherited, it's already there as a memory. To how to come out of this memory is only Swamiji is given after meditation, the introspection process. Once you do the introspection and put a positive thought, these positive thoughts, once You are able to execute the positive thought by daily telling that certain affirmations. When you complete your meditation, what kind of affirmations Swamiji has given? With the bliss of Almighty, I may enjoy good health, long life, and a prosperity, wisdom and peace. When you put that kind of impression, tomorrow morning when you get up, you will be able to do the exercises. You will be able to do the meditation. Until unless we do these things, only chanting something will not work. So here, my friends, the kind of meditation what Swamiji has given, the kind of introspection and positive what Swamiji has given, the kind of blessing Swamiji has given is the ultimate of changing, reprogramming your mind. So here, I just want to mention about one more thing is, mind for experience of life, your mind is to be youthful. The body will get aged. So there is an aging to the body, but there is no aging to the mind. Please try to understand this question, understand this phrase very clearly. Mind does not have any age. It can live healthily and young. That is the crux of the problem we are facing. So during the pandemic, mind plays a major role. When mind plays a major role, your mind has to be youth and healthy means that mind is man in divine. That man in divine has become man in devil. So the mind for experience of the life, mind is through life we are experienced only through the mind. So this, your mind is to be youthful, and life in this moment, body will become old, but mind can remain young and alert till the death. As you have seen Swamiji, till his last breath, how was his memory? Because he was, whatever he preaches, he was practicing it. So, here we did not go deep to find out all these things, what he did for till his death. He has told us that once you practice, you can also become like that. But how many people are following that? Only we follow as a philosophy. Philosophy is only just hearing and repeating, but that is not. Swamiji has given a practical methodology to become like that. So till death, Swamiji memory was so good, even at the age of 95, his memory was so alert. So this is the thing we need to understand. Your mind is to be young. Always you can keep your mind young once you are starting and doing the pranayama and meditation which Swamiji has given. So only that kind of mind can know the mysteries of the life. Life has got so many mysteries. We are living with a life without understanding what life is. We are living with a mind without understanding what mind is. Then what will happen? So, meditation which Swamiji has given as playing a major role during this epidemic. Second thing I want to tell you is this corona epidemic, which created so much of ripples all over the world with health, finance, and so much of destructive this one, there are so many good things happen. Because of this only, we are having very good, through the technology, we are able to communicate throughout the world. Our sky system, we are able to sit and connect to the whole world through this pandemic, during this pandemic, through our internet and through our technology we are using. So many people are able to get this kind of knowledge which was hidden only directly when we teach through the yoga, through our Dhyana Kendra, but we are able to connect to the whole world. So I am just requesting all of you during this pandemic, I want all of you to get connected with Alayar, get connected with WCC through net, whatever kind of Swamiji's philosophy we are going to enhance and do the Kayakalpa, exercise, meditation on internet also plays a major role. So introspection, blessing, and the Siddha way. What is the Siddha way? We have three types of body in our system. That is Vata, Pitta, Kapha. This is a major one in our ancient scientists or ancient Siddhas have made us to understand, which is not there in the Western science. That is, body is made out of 5 elements and it has got 3 types of nature in the body. One is Vata, other one is Pitta and Kapha. Vata should be 1 materai. That means suppose if the body need 10 units of Vata means 5 units of Pitta should be there. And 2.5 units of Kapha should be there. If your body is in this proportion, that's Vata, Pitta, Kapha, this 1 materai, Aramatirai, Kalmatirai, your body is in proper form. If the variation happens in Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Kapha becomes more, then you are not able to breathe. So once your oxygen level comes below only 40, below 40 only, you need the respiratory tract. Now what they do, even if you have a slightest disturbance in your breath, they put you into oxygen, they put you into ICU. Once you are going into ICU, the fear factor and the worry factor comes more. So we have not understood what this life is. That is the problem created in this era. So my dear friends, please try to understand in Siddha way to remove kapha is a very, very simple method which we are all doing here is called kapasura udinir. What everybody knows it. So once you are taking kapasura udinir, people who have got more kapha, nothing to worry, they can even take for a longer time. But people who have got pitta prakriti, they need not take for more than 4 to 7 days. Here in our yantra, we have seen people with positive COVID-19 were asked to take this Kapasapura on phone itself and quarantine at home. Use your mask, keep your social distancing. All these things I want you to follow. Since in US is more, I want all of you to follow this social distancing, using the mask, and cleaning and having this taking this kapasura daily and enhance your immunity. Within 4 days, you can see your this one comes normal. Your test becomes normal. We have been documented this. So, my dear friends, last is blessing and affirmation. How does the sky enhances means we have been given a treasure by Swamiji. We have been given a treasure by Swamiji that Kavasura is also fortunately manufactured by our President S.K. Mailanandan. Kavasura Surana is giving one of the wonderful things. Here we have seen the results. So I want all the people to drain out all the excess kebab which is got stagnant in the lung by using kabasura or any other immune system. I'm not only recommending this, what we have experienced only I am talking. I don't talk anything without my experience. So my dear friends, that Siddha way is enhancing and taking out this one. Then comes placebo and nocebo, the twin effect. My dear friends, you can see this picture. I had the great opportunity to meet this great soul, Dr. Rudy Kachman in USA, who lives in Muncie, Indiana. When I happened to go to US 3 years, I went and gave address at a hospital, in a cancer hospital, where I was able to meet this great soul, Dr. Rudy Kachman. He has written a book called Nocebo and Placebo, the Twin Effect. This nocebo plays a major role. As you know that they have demonstrated in USA in lab how the placebo affects. When any patient goes to a doctor, if the doctor gives a positive affirmation or positive this is called placebo. Even if you give a injection only with glucose or this one, if the patient thinks the changes takes place, that is called because of the mind. So placebo and nocebo are the twin effects. What is nocebo? Nocebo is nothing but destroying a hope of a patient. If somebody is going to live for 1 year or more, we cannot decide. That is decided by the nature. Birth and death are invisible. So, it is the duty of a patient It is a duty of a doctor to give the placebo effect. But knowingly, unknowingly, I was told by this Dr. Rudy Kachman, he has interviewed more than 2,000 doctors. None of them know about the nocebo effect they create without even knowing. So, nocebo is destroying the hope. So, there are simple 4 parameters for the self-healing to happen. The first step is hope. Second is belief. Third one is trust. Fourth one is transformation. So if the body has got the healing power, healing is natural, rest, everything is palliative. I repeat this word. This is a word written in the medical textbook. Healing is natural, rest is palliative. That means body has got the power to heal on its own accord. Again, I repeat this one. Body has got the power to heal on its own accord. I am not telling medication is not required. Medication is required when it is there. So, the body has got the power means once you put the thought that I will not get healed, once you have a fear, once you have a worries through the mind, your immune system shuts. It has been proved beyond doubt that every cell of you has got receptors. Once you have a fear and worries, the receptor closes. So cell cannot communicate. And the chemical changes takes place. When the chemical changes takes place and it affects the physical body only, the modern science is able to accelerate or do something. That intervention is required. But before that, what happens? Before that, the receptors in the cells get open when you have a positive mind, when you have a positive thought, when you don't have fear, when you don't have worry. So today, what is happening throughout the world? 24 hours, 365 days, the media plays only the negative role about the COVID. I'm very sorry to say this because the kind of fear the media plays, the kind of fear the social media makes people more worry, people more fear. So, fear is death. We have to die only once. We are born only once. We have to die only once. That death is in the hand when the life energy leaves the body. So, when you're having fear daily, it is the daily death, I call it. So, my dear friends, the nocebo and the placebo is an evil twin effect. It has been proved beyond doubt. Beyond doubt. By so many, I can quote so many things from USA itself. So, my dear friends, please try to understand. For that only, in the end, I have given a positive affirmation. Still, people who have got fear. This is the affirmation I have given. That is thanks and deeper gratitude for my lung, respiratory system, which are functioning at the optimal level. Thanks and deeper gratitude to my body, mind, and soul for being in harmony with nature. I am brave, courageous, with complete clarity, confidence, and I am brave and courageous with complete clarity. That means clarity is required with confidence. A confidence without clarity is disaster. So you need to have a confidence with clarity. So COVID-19, the virus shall not cause any disharmony in my body because of my immune and herd immunity. That herd immunity is another factor we speak about the vaccines. Suppose if there are 10 people, in 10 people we are interacting, we are touching. So if 4 of them have taken vaccines, and these vaccines will not create a bypass this infection to all the other 6, that is called herd immunity. So whatever virus we are getting, if anybody people having the fear, you can take the uh, this one injection or a vaccines, and the kind of vaccines which India produced is really working up to the 80 to 90%. But I am 70 years. I have not taken away this one vaccines, and I think I am not going to take two because I want to see how my immunity works. I play with my own research. So, my dear friends, this COVID-19 virus shall not cause any disharmony in my body. You'll have to put a thought. How to enhance the immunity? You know all the things I have told about the doing the exercise, doing the pranayama, doing the meditation. And lastly, you say, I am fine, I am well, I am in total peace. I love life, I celebrate life, I live in this moment. But how this affirmation has to be said? It is not just reading from the mouth. It is to come from your heart. It has to come from your heart means after doing the meditation or doing some simple pranayama, as your frequency comes down below 14 cycles, or being focus your mind at the Agna chakra, when you see this, say this affirmation slowly from the heart, and these kind of memories goes into you and the fear factor goes away. The fear and worries of goes away, many things happen inside the body. There is no better any equipment in the whole existence than the human body. That is, the biggest temple is Ullam Perungovil Un Udambu Alayam. The greatest temple, the greatest church. So how much time we take to give importance to this? Out of 24 hours, what we need to do is we have to give at least minimum 30 minutes, maximum. I give 2 hours to take care of my health daily. So my dear friends, there is a possibility everyone can get the virus, but everyone will not suffer if you are able to overcome this. COVID can be overcome by comprehensive, holistic, integrated medicine. I am not against any medicine, but I am against misuse of any medicine, including your Ayurveda, Siddha, or this one also should not be misused. People are having fear because of the alternative system. They are not experienced. In the 21st, till 21st century, all the Siddhas, all the Mahans, including Vedadari Maharishi, has gone to the root of the problem and they given the solution. So we are only living at the periphery. That's why COVID can be overcome by comprehensive, holistic, integrated medicine. That means where there is a intervention of the medical required in allopathy, you can have it. But don't believe that only completely. You need to believe your own body. That is called the placebo I told you. So integrated means the Siddha way of medicine, the natural way of medicine, the acupressure, the techniques what we fall in nature by managing our food, right food, and taking doing breathing exercise, simple exercise. All this will enhance your immune system, and this is the positive effect of COVID pandemic on human body. That is a positive effect. What are the positive effect? After Corona has come, people have become grounded. They need to know that what is more important in life. Life is more important than anything else. Is there anything more important than your life? Now people have realized. See, in Bangalore, still, even after the pandemic is gone, also, people are having fear of traveling outside. The flights are off only full. The bus only 4 people, 5 people to 15 people because they are having fear. Because of the fear. But if you know the value of your life, the life has to be understood in the right context. So this positive effect of COVID is created, it made people to be grounded. What is required for life? What is life? What is mind? What is consciousness? How does the consciousness work in the body? The greatest temple of the human, this one is our fundamental life energy. That life energy, how we can enhance, how it can operate during crisis also. So there are more good things happen during the pandemic. See the kind of environment we got created. The kind of environment means that air pollution has come down. In Delhi, it has come down more than 50%. In Bangalore, because of less traffic, because of less carbohydrate we create, we have well less pollution. And we are, being at home has created so many good things that we are able to sit for meditation. We are able to hear all the talks of Swamiji through net, through YouTube, through all Instagram, whatever technology has done. So one thing I want to remind you, in the 30 to 40 years which is going to come, the whole paradigm shift will happen throughout the world. What Swamiji was inspiring, what Swamiji want to convey the message to the world, that means world peace and individual peace. That time has already come. That changes will happen. That is called quantum energy healing. The quantum energy is, we are using the quantum physics, we are using the quantum energy outside. We do not know how to tap the quantum energy within. When E is equal to mc square, m is mass, c is speed of light. The same quantum energy is operating within us. That is called our biomagnetic energy and life energy. The fundamentally is our consciousness. Once through this technology, in 30 to 40 years, we are going to evolve this quantum energy, and sitting in one place, you can heal the other person also. In sitting in one place, we are able to see you through this webinar. How is happening? So we are using the technology, we are using the vibe, we are using the gravity. But is anybody is able to create a gravity, or is any scientist able to alter the gravity? That is the existential crisis. So that is the being. So my dear friends, this quantum energy is the fundamental. Now we have come to realize. So we need a comprehensive, holistic, integrated medicine. Means where there is an allopathy record, we can use it. Where a Siddha technique is required, we can use it. Where natural medication is required, we can use it. So all these are integrated. But why integrated medicine is not working means we have that highest ego. My system is the best. All systems are best. Accordingly, when you are aware how to use it, how to execute it, all this holistic, comprehensive, integrated medicine is going to prevail. Within the 30 to 40 years, what Swamiji dreamt of the individual peace will happen only when you are healthy. As long as the people are healthy only, through this integrated medicine, we can transform the whole world. So this is the message I want to convey. During this pandemic, more fear, more worries has created more panic among the people. So I want all of you to understand this and look and come in terms of the real wisdom which Swamiji has given. So I am very grateful to WCC, Alayar, and our President S.K. Mailanandan, and all the Sky people, the masters, professors in USA. Even though I am not able to, out of 9 years, this is the first year I was not able to come to US and meet, but I am feeling so happy and I am in an ecstasy mode. Even though I am not able to see you personally, I am able to connect with you in this webinar. So may the divine, may the God, may the consciousness give all the clarity of understanding and transforming yourself. Being at home only, you can take care of your health and you can take care of your family health with the bliss of Almighty and Guru. May all of you enjoy good health, long, long life, enough prosperity, peace and wisdom. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aya. Thank you so much. You have explained us how fear and worries are major reasons that affect our immunity, and how our sky exercises and meditation enhances our immunity. Also, how mind plays a major role for our peaceful life, and how the practices of pranayama, meditation, and affirmations meant to help us to reprogram our mind. Also, explaining us the Siddha way of natural healing, which will help raise our immunity power. Also, thanks so much for sharing affirmations for COVID-19, which is very thoughtful, and also explaining how it has to be said to get rid of our fear. Thank you so much, Aya. Now I would like to let us all come to Turiya state and bless our senior professor, Arunidhi, Dr. Ravindran Aiyya, and his family. By the grace of divine power, enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. Be blessed by the divine, Ayya. I would like to open a Q&A session for on the 10 minutes. Participants can raise a hand.
This is Senthil from Miami. I want to say my own experience about this one. I don't want to take more minutes. Yeah, my father got admitted in hospital as a COVID. They said it's a COVID. I got really panic, even though I know Aya very well. I've been this one so many years, but that time I really, I don't know what to do. And luckily, the West coordinator, Gopal Murugesan Aya, he told me that, Ravindran Aiyya, why can't you talk to him? There is my father taken care of my sister, and she's a dentist, and her husband also dentist, both are doctor, they admitted. And then usually I call, and sometimes Aya is busy, you don't get quick call from Aya, but luckily I called him that day, by Guru's grace, I catch him quickly. Then we put it into my sister conference call. Then I asked that, did you take the swab test? Yes. What's the result? It's a negative. Did you take the PCR test? Yes, we taken. It's a negative. Then I asked, why you want to join the hospital? You don't need to the hospital. Just Kabasura Kudin is enough. My father is he's in dead bed. They told that you got COVID. He's a very strong person. When he before came to hospital, he was okay, he can walk and everything. When they told that they got COVID, then he got totally, his whole body cannot rise. His face went bulge and become dark, and become, we thought we cannot come back. Then I spoke to my father, same affirmation, and said, you don't have any COVID, you are perfectly healthy man. Then he said about blessing, affirmations, and give speech. Then within 2 days, I don't know what happened, he stood up. Then doctor said, like, 3 months he cannot walk, he has to be taken like 3 weeks oxygen and everything. And after 2 days, he came back the bed and said, I want to go. Within 1 week, he took out the oxygen. He is normal now. Really, I don't know how to thank Aya, with so much affirmation and give positive things, and it happened. So that's my true story regarding. That's why I thought, okay, let's give this one to everyone. So I arranged this session immediately after this one. I think it should help others also. Be blessed by Dan. Thank you. Thank you, Ian.
Paneer Ayya, you can go ahead, Ayya.
ஐயா வாழ்க வளமுடன். நான் பன்னீர்செல்வம், மயாமியிலிருந்து பேசுகிறேன் ஐயா. இட்ஸ் வெரி நைஸ் டு see you after a long time. Your talk was very encouraging, very supportive. Thank you very much.
பன்னீர் வாழ்க வளமுடன். வீட்டிலலாம் எப்படி இருக்காங்க?
எல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்காங்க ஐயா. Hope you can visit us sometime soon.
I'll be coming in June.
Definitely, okay. Yeah, definitely. We are looking for that. Everyone in US, we are looking for that.
வாழ்க வளமுடன் ஐயா.
Anyone else? This is the best chance to raise any questions, to come out of any fear or doubts you may have regarding health. Please make use of this opportunity. Thank you.
And even my father told that.
Wilson here. This was really helpful during this pandemic time.
Okay. Sir, your good name?
Aiyya Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன் ஐயா.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
அவிஸ். Okay. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Okay. வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
He's asking Tata. He's saying Tata.
Yeah. See how these children are so healthy. Good. Very nice. Okay. Okay, Wilson. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, this is Venkat from Miami.
Oh, Venkat. Yeah, Venkat. Tell me, Venkat.
Thank you. Yeah, this was a wonderful session. Actually, I'm in India. My father was had some issues in India, so he listened to your speech as well. It was great. Thank you, Ayya.
Okay. Rajendran. Bhargalamudan Rajendran. How are you, Rajendran?
I'm good.
Good.
Doing good. Thank you. Bhargalamudan.
Any questions, Sandil? People?
Jagadish, you have anything to say to Ayya?
No, not really. I mean, this was an excellent session. So much good information that Dr. Ravindran shared, and I'm glad we were all fortunate to be able to take advantage of all these extra tips and for in the current environment. Yeah. Thank you. Namaste, Dr. Ravindran. Namaste.
Well, uncle. This is Jagdish.
Oh, Jagdish. All Jagdish is coming. Jagdish Talpa.
Yeah, both Jagdish are here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, uncle, for taking time and, as usual, sharing your wisdom with us. It's good to re-hear all the concepts and reminders to continue following the Sky practices and keep ourselves healthy. Yes.
Fear mongering.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful with all those things, but you will not allow yourself to get depressed because of the worries and fear. These are the major factors.
Yes, uncle.
Professor Ravindran, this is Alka from New Jersey, USA.
Oh,
it was
hello,
very.
Alka. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, Alka. How are you doing?
Doing well. Very, very informative talk. Really appreciate your,
These
information.
are nothing but my own experience and the patients with whom I deal.
Yeah.
So I have seen people with COVID positive got recovered within 4 days.
That is actually very true. I have a story also to share. My mother, she's 84.
Yeah.
She's in Naveli near Chennai, lives with my brother's family. And somehow she got COVID last year.
Okay.
And, of course, she had to be taken to Apollo Hospital in Chennai. She was in ICU for 10 days.
Okay.
But the whole family, we were doing the video talk, talking to her, sending her messages like we are there with her because nobody was allowed in the ICU.
Okay.
We were all very, very concerned, but we all kept a very positive environment. And by God's grace, by Guruji's grace, she recovered and she's doing fine.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. So that was a very good link which you shared. And, it kind of reinforces that positivity is very, very important.
The kind of problem we are having through the media, 24/7, this one, I tell people to just switch off the TV itself. Only whatever is good you listen. All unwanted crap goes into your mind, it creates more fear.
Correct, correct.
It is the direct, this one I don't want to express more. The pharma and the media plays a major role in this. So don't fight with the darkness. Just light a candle. We cannot fight with it, but we have to light a candle. Light a candle is our enlightenment which Swamiji has given, the kind of wisdom Swamiji has given. So we need to enforce this fear mongering this one down by doing these affirmations or constantly taking care of our food, taking care of the environment, taking care of the situation at home. Never get into this. When there is a requirement of intervention of medical, you can get intervened, but you should not believe fully. You have to believe yourself. See, I am touching patients in 5 months with my bare hand. And how I am managing it. So we all follow the regular protocol, the oxygen, oximeter, the temperature, social distance, but still we don't have 1% fear. We are born once, we are going to die once. We should, when you have fear, it is daily death. That is what happening. So that's why I told the example of Hitler, who have done this research. A patient who did not lose one drop of blood dies seeing the other patient. This is what happening. Now 4,000 people are dying in US per day minimum.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
the greatest medical, the richest country, having spending $72 billion per year for only medical health cannot save. The whole hospital system crippled. So many doctors are suffering. It is because of one simple reason of ignorance of the self, non-understanding the life energy and the biomagnetism and consciousness which prevails everywhere and prevails in the body. So at least this is the right time we need to address and see that integrated medicine prolongs and takes care of the Ayurveda, the Siddha, the natural way, the breathing technique, the yoga, all these things plays a major role. So instead of propagating this through the media, we need to propagate this. See, even for this talk, how many people have joined? So many people are there, but they are very interested only in the outer periphery. It's a very sad state. So, my dear friends, this is the right time what Swamiji has given for us to take to the whole world, and this is going to only prevail. In 30 to 40 years, you can see the changes happening in this quantum energy healing. Thank you, Alka. Wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are not able to see you here. I know I saw you when you were in US, but it was so nice to see you here on Zoom. And thank you all the organizers for arranging such a beautiful, wonderful talk. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next,
Uh,
Valkamudan.
okay.
Thanks, Ayya. Vargavalmudan. Yeah, it
you.
was very motivational. These are something we learned already, but it was a good refresher. And yeah, thank you.
Vikram is on the line.
Yeah, Priya here, Ayya.
Oh, Valkamudan, Priya.
Ramadan. As usual, Ayya, very refreshing. And we are already, we have already heard this from you. And I was talking to Sendil and Shankari also. We survived basically with all this knowledge of yours many years, not just COVID. I think you have told us about this fear for any disease also, the base. So since we hold on to it so tight, thankfully we survived with all the we like you said, we also switched off the news channel after first few months we were, but after that, all this knowledge came back and we all survived with thanks to all this tireless talks that you, even from this far, you are still trying to connect with us, and you're always teaching us these things, and your knowledge has really helped us in our life. We don't know how much to thank you, but just wanted to say thanks for all the talks and your help and sharing this knowledge. Nandri Ayya.
Thank you, Priya. Vargavalmudan. Be blessed by the divine. We kindly request Arunidhi Gopal Murugesan Aiyya to deliver vote of thanks.
Valkamudan. Yeah. Thank you for delivering the amazing speech today with the PowerPoints and giving us a life lesson that fear is the number one killer that needs to be resolved first, and have confidence and strength with the affirmation that you provided, and also explaining the medical preventions that we can have, um, and uh, and face the issues confidently. So thank you, Aya, for the excellent speech. I would like to also thank the organizers, especially Professor Sendal Aya and Shankari Madam, and all the kids that participated who sang excellently well, and for Sri Devi Amma for conducting the meditation wonderfully today. and all the participants. Without them, we will not be sharing this knowledge. So thank each and every participant for finding the time to share your valuable time with us and listen to our Professor Ravindran. We've organized these lectures earlier for SoCal Sky. So that is also recorded. It's also available. I can share it later. And it's always good to know with Aiyya's latest, like he's on the forefront treating patients, and he's sharing the latest information for us. So, and it's very good to know like Sendil's personal experience worked out very well. So yeah, thanks for that. And thank everyone. With that, we'll conclude. I'll give it back to Shankari Mama for concluding the session. Thank you all. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you so much, Aiyya. Be blessed by the divine. We'll kindly request Nakshatra Kartikeyan to sing blessings for the world.